C.S. Lewis says that one of the criticisms about Christians is often, well, I know Bob and he's a Christian and he's not a very nice person. And Lewis's response to that is, yeah, well, you should have known Bob before he became a Christian. Or on the other hand, you can say, well, I know Susie and she isn't a Christian and she's really joyful. And he says to that, yeah, but think how much more joyful she would be if she were a Christian. Ultimately, what he's getting at is that a life with Christ changes something, but it doesn't change everything, and it doesn't change everything overnight. But as we look at our own personal journey, we should be able to look back and see a growth, to see a change, and to note that. So even if we don't have a dramatic, exciting personal testimony, we have little ways. And this can be helpful to so many. On every net team, there's always somebody who had a really dramatic change. They were really off the deep end, maybe into drugs, sex, alcohol, whatever it was. Came back to Jesus, converted to the Catholic faith, or came back to their Catholic faith, and really rich, really exciting. And there was people that they connect with, young people on retreats who that's where they were. They were that person. They are that person. And that to them can say, wow, it gives me some hope. It gives me a possibility to say, wait, maybe my life can be more fulfilled if I turn it over to Jesus. And then you have some middle of the road conversion stories, testimonies where, I was kind of, just living my faith, and then I realized I needed to really, really dive in. But I knew that was going to cost me some friendships, that I couldn't really do what the Lord was calling me to do and keep these friends. And I was afraid that I would never have any more friends. But I did it, and the Lord gave me friends. He gave me friends I never imagined, that they're such good, beautiful friendships. And that can touch that person who realizes that they're dabbling, that they need to take that next step to go deeper. And then you have very mundane testimonies of the person who grew up in a really good family and learned how to pray from a young age and was homeschooled and going to daily mass, and that at some point in all of that, it went from something they did just as a family, as a community, and something they personalized. And that's what made all the difference. And there's going to be somebody on that retreat too who that's them. They say, well, I can't relate with sex, drugs, and rock and roll, but they realize that there's a deeper place that they can go. That what they're living right this moment isn't the end, isn't the highest thing that we can experience in our faith. So whatever your testimony is, it's yours. And it's going to speak to somebody. It's going to be really powerful maybe for somebody. And especially, I think this is the most important part, because we have a testimony. It could be the greatest testimony in the world, but if we don't have anybody to share it with, then it doesn't do anything. It doesn't impact anybody. And so to pray that the Lord would give you opportunities to share your testimony. So, a quick recap. Look at the moments in your life where the Lord has done something, and try to formulate it in that 3 parts: before, the thing that happened, and after. And then include a little invitation. And in the meantime, as you formulate that, as you come up with that, as you fine-tune it, maybe you can share it at the dinner table or share it with a good friend and see how it sounds, see if you're missing anything. And then pray and ask the Lord, give me opportunities to share this testimony. Give me opportunities to share what you've done in my life, that others may give their lives more completely to you. And He will. Maybe it'll be at the grocery store. or maybe it'll be at book club, or maybe it'll be at your kid's basketball game. But he'll give you opportunities, and we pray for the courage to respond to those. And if we started doing that, we could change the world.